Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool and this is Gems of War. And today we got a little update from the devs, like a paragraph about Guild Wars. I'm gonna read that for you, and then we're gonna get into some PLAGUELORD teams, high, mid, and low for the class event. Right now I'm in a battle in Explorer 12. I'm gonna run autoplay while I read this little announcement from the devs about Guild Wars. So give me a sec to set up the stream, and I'll be right with ya. I got a sick child here with me again, so bear with me if you hear any background noise. She can't help it, so bear with it. I know it's a lot, but yeah. Alright, let's see. Do I got everything? Okay. Why'd I back out of it? You're stupid. Alright, let's run. Let's just do this right now so you guys can watch something while I fiddle fart around with my channel. There goes an autoplay. We got Efley, Mark, Sana, Misty. How's it going? Good morning. Refresh. Like a million things on my brain, so hopefully I'm not stupid today. Sometimes I have a one-track mind. I will admit that. Sometimes I do it on purpose. Like, I like to have a one-track mind. I like to concentrate on one thing at a time. But sometimes it's a hindrance. You tell me something crazy while we're driving to the gas station, I might forget to go to the gas station. Especially if it's just like, you mentioned it and, oh, by the way, we need to stop at the gas station before I go to work or something. And then you start talking about something crazy, and I'm talking about something crazy, and you're talking about something crazy, I'm talking back about something crazy. I might miss the gas station, because I have a one-track mind. Alright, let's see. Come on, Stoopy. And refresh. Yeah, I hope she feels better, too. She's wanting to go to Grandma's house Friday night, and she needs to get better, like, pretty quick if she wants to go. They got plans. They're gonna have a fun night, so yeah, if you guys could, you know, send any good luck my way, give it to her. You know, any well wishes, give it to her. You know, I would do the same. I want her to be able to go hang out with Grandma, which doesn't happen very often. You guys have heard me before talking about it. So it's a very rare thing that she loves to do, and they got plans. They're going to watch Taylor Swift in concert. They're going to watch the pay-per-view or whatever it is. They're going to order it. They got some Easter Bunny stuff going on. So I really hope she gets better. She came out of school with a headache yesterday. And just can't. It's still there, you know. Probably a slight fever, a little bit of sore throat. Let's go to live chat. And I'm going to start reading this for you. Alright, so Efley, Mark, Sana, Misty, Livewire, Dragor, Tyrion Shark. Morning, Efley. Good morning, Mark. Celebrate good times. Oh, yes, Sana. Misty says, good morning, Efley. I know. I hope she feels better, too. Mark says, I need to make a goblin team like that one. It never loses. I just need Flaming Oni. Yeah, I like Flaming Oni. It's one of my, like, secret guilty pleasures, you know? Like, I shouldn't like them as much as I do. It's kind of like Sycorax. Like, I always poop on defensive mythics and stuff like that. And they're not defensive per se, but they're more like mana generation, survivability, summons, like looping as far as Sycorax goes. And Flaming Oni. But, you know, that's a little bit me being a little bit of a hypocrite. I like Flaming Oni and Sycorax, while I don't like you know, like, what's his name? Stonehammer, or Champion of Guard, or, like, Mithrilion. Like, I don't like any of those. They're sending hugs, alright. And they hope you feel better. Okay, let's see. Alright, I'm going to put in a chapter we're going to read this dev message. Guild Wars. Guild Wars, going forward. At the 5-minute mark. Wasn't too bad. Sometimes I take like 10 minutes to get ready. Alright, so I got that. Hit like. Let's get some more people in here. I'd appreciate it. Alright, I'm reading it right now. Ready? This was released on March 21st, 2024. It's from the devs. It's on the Gems of War website. So we'll put a link somewhere either in the description or in the chat or somewhere. We'll put a link for you if you want to read it yourself. It says, Guild Wars going forward. Hello, adventurers. We know you've been waiting for information on Guild Wars. Fear not, Guild Wars is not being canceled or removed. We have more details of what is exactly going on with Guild Wars below, as well as what's happening in the immediate future. I need to change my class on this team. I'm also leveling a class while I do this. Equip to battle. When it was discovered during 7.3 development that there was an issue with running Guild Wars, we had to delay any future Guild Wars events. Every time we update the Gems of War servers, we have a series of tests that check for errors. Unfortunately, we have a few tests that like to misbehave if there are no future Guild Wars events. This is why you may have noticed the time of the upcoming Guild Wars event changing in-game. So they're running tests while they were doing that, I guess. Guild Wars was the very first event we ever implemented back in the 3.0 update, March 2017. As many players may know, Guild Wars has a few legacy issues that we haven't been able to solve, such as bracket promotion and demotion issues, loss of score issues, and loss of defense team issues. These are all intrinsic to the way Guild Wars interacts with our database, MongoDB. They would require us to completely rewrite big chunks of the Guild Wars event. The more recent issue is that Guild Wars doesn't play nicely with the new PvP system. This caused a discussion with the team about Guild Wars and how we would address all of these issues, as well as integrate the Guild Wars system into the new PvP, while implementing some of the feedback we've previously received. The only real answer is to rewrite Guild Wars from the ground up. With that in mind, we plan to take Guild Wars and rework the event into a new updated system. This new version of the event will be designed to work with the new PvP system, while also resolving the problems the current version has, mentioned above. We have several new features coming in the next update which expand the PvP system, including a new event that has some similarities to Guild Wars in which players will be able to participate in and compete against other groups of players. That's alliances. We want to hear players' thoughts about Guild Wars so we can include that feedback as we design the new Guild Wars. Here's the questions that they have for you. What did you love about Guild Wars? What new features would you like to see? How often would you like Guild Wars to run? Let's answer those questions right now. I'm going to answer them, you answer them. What did you love about Guild Wars? I love that it wasn't just like you running over people and grinding and like you had to think, and it was a little bit hard. It is like you versus somebody else, guild versus guild. Like whenever is it like guild versus guild, except for on a leaderboard or something like. I kind of like that about it. However you want to say whatever I just said. What new features would you like to see? I would like to see just put in some stuff like some of the new resources. Like make it more valuable to win. Like first you don't get very much for winning. Like you could be in bracket 3 and get second place and you barely get anything, right? You could be in bracket 5 and get third place and barely get anything or nothing or whatever. You pretty much have to be in bracket 1 and get first place to get something worth getting. So like give some rewards out to people that are doing well, but maybe not like winning bracket 1. Like maybe like the top 25 brackets or something, whatever. Give like the top 3 stuff or the top 5. Maybe they already do that, but even if they do, they need to make it better, do better resources. Like I don't even keep track of like what you get for Guild Wars because I know it doesn't really make a difference for my account because I'm never in bracket 1 winning bracket 1. So, give us some Dragonite or some books or some deeds or some of the new stuff. Maybe shiny keys, whatever you want to do. Some of the new resources or some of like the bottlenecked resources as a reward for placing in like the top 3 in a bracket or something. Like don't make it just the winners. Like give us a little bit less, second place you get a little bit less, third place you get a little bit less, etc. And make it for several brackets, not just the first couple. How often would you like Guild Wars to run? I would say kind of liked it the way it was. Maybe make it a little bit. Like maybe every 6 weeks instead of like every 5. I'd like to see it a little bit less often. It depends. If they rework it from the ground up and we love it, I would like to see it more often. If they rework it from the ground up and it's a dumpster fire, then I don't want to see it at all. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how they expect us to answer that question when we don't even know what it's going to look like. So that question's hard to answer. How often would you like Guild Wars to run? I don't know. You're going to have to show it to me first. I'm not going to just tell you I want to see it every week if it sucks and it's a dumpster fire. But if it's amazing, maybe I do want to see it every week. But in my right now, like the previous way that Guild Wars was, I would say like once every 6 weeks or so is what I would like. A little bit less often, but not too terribly less often. Just give us a slight break, like another week. Our hope is to release the new Guild Wars later this year for you to enjoy, but we don't have an official date to share with you yet. So that was the little blurb from the devs about Guild Wars going forward. We'll try to, maybe I can post it in the chat. Copy. Unless somebody already did it. Copy pasty. You guys remember copy pasty? There you go. And we'll see what y'all are saying. Maybe you guys answered the question. The questions that they had. Well, I don't know if I need to run this or not. But let's do it for now. Alright, so there it is. I'm going to pin it. So if you want to click on it and read it for yourself, there you go. Let's see what you guys are saying. Lurking from work, Tyrion. I told her that you guys are giving her hugs and wishing her well. Appreciate that. What up, Rain Man? Misty says, hope she gets well soon. Tyrion says, the good and the bad is it's Gems of War on hard mode, plus Guild has to work together. Dragar says, I think most people are okay with the Guild Wars delay, the vast majority. And I'm one of them. I haven't missed it. I don't want it to go, I don't think I want it to go away forever, but I haven't missed it either. And I'm more on the haven't missed it side. Sana says, I think that troops like Stellarix and Diamantina and the Wand are big issues. Tyrion says, reworks would be awesome. Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. Rayman says, Guild Wars is a slower paced. I have to actually think and play the game mode. I actually enjoy it. Yeah, same here. In like certain situations, I really like it. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it pisses me off though, and I want to jump out the window. But sometimes it's an amazing feeling. Like when you win, you have one troop left and you win. Tyrion says, changes need to be implemented, limitations too, or don't allow empowered, for example. Sana feels the same way as Rain Man. Dragor says if they could make Guild Wars never appear with a Vault event weekend, that would be swell. I agree. Sana says, yep, it's here, and sounds okay. As soon as I read that, my voice... Rain Man says randomized limits on what troops can be used to stir the pot would be interesting. Thank you, Livewire. Appreciate you, man. Alright, so, that was that. Let's get into the class event. Let me type up a little chapter here for you. Class event start. We got to get out of this battle, though. Can I get... Let's get out of this. Let's just retreat it. I'm not going to make y'all watch the rest of that. Okay, so class event. Let's go. We got PLAGUELORD. PLAGUELORD is a decent class. It's similar, in my opinion, to like a Sentinel class, where there's always something a little bit better. If you have access to all the classes, you're probably never going to pick PLAGUELORD, unless you're either A, leveling it, B, need the typing, or C, need the kingdom to make your team, like, function. So, you know, there's always Titan or Elementalist. Same with Sentinel. Sentinel and Titan, you never use Sentinel, pretty much, unless you need to level it, or you need the typing, or you need the kingdom. So, it falls in that little situation. It's kind of like a Phoenicia of the classes. It's nice when you're leveling it up because it's not it's not an annoying one. It's not like Knight or Oracle or some crappy class. When you're leveling it, at least you get a 50% start. You got rock solid. Like, it's not horrible to level, so you can give it that. Let's do 14-minute mark. So I started talking about it. Is save gonna work? It worked. Alright, so class event, you know how this goes. You want to try to do it for free. You just want to get gems. A lot of the times you're going to be thinking about your weapons because the restriction is usually pretty tight. It's like a typing from the Kingdom of the Week. And sometimes that's like 8 troops. So you have not very much to pick from. But you can pick from all your weapons. So, you know, you think about the Red Macaco, the Black Manacles, the Dawnbringer, the Dustbringer. Anything like that that's going to hit all enemies hard. Or, you know, you already made a team earlier in the week that could work. Like the Raid event, or Underspire, or something. Even Epic Trials sometimes, like for the low-level people. Even that sometimes. You look at that, it's like better than nothing if you don't have anything else. Like, look at a team from earlier in the week, or look at your weapons. A lot of the time. It's not every single time, but... You know, if we're playing the Raid event, we're playing the Underspire, and we've been playing it for 3 days. You know, chances are we're using the best troop possible that we can use for those events. And then the class event comes along, it's got a similar restriction. So why would you not use the same troop that you were using earlier in the week? It's going to be the same, like, troops to pick from, most likely. So that's kind of why, you know, class event, Thursday's probably our lowest viewed day. Like, class event is probably the least played event. Like, it's just like it's so boring and, like, repetitive and not a lot of rewards. And a lot of people probably already have PLAGUELORD at 100, and, like me, like, it's probably the least favorite event. You know, like boring, most boring event maybe. Maybe not the least favorite, but the most boring maybe. Alright. Sauna, thank you so much for running out there. Appreciate it. Oh, yeah, you're a legend. Helps a lot, especially on a Thursday. I feel like this is a dead day, the ghost train. And you're trying. I appreciate that. Choo-choo! Mr. Extreme wants it twice a week. For sure, bro. Alright, let's go. Let's see what we got. We got Darkstone Humans. We'll do a high level. And, you know, you never know with the class event whether I'm going to do 3 teams or 2 teams or what. So we have the Possessed King. We have Magnus. And we got Thrall. Can you see it? Look at this. I was not exaggerating. We got like 14 troops, and that's it. 14 troops. So most likely, I see a lot of purple. I might go Duskbringer for my high-level team. I'll make a mid-level team for you in case you don't have it. I know it's not like a weapon that you're really thinking about too much. I don't even know if it's like, oh, I can't get it because of this or that. You just might not even be thinking about getting it because kind of fell in there in between. Like, it was Dawnbringer, and then it was Dustbringer, and then it was like Red Macaco, all the cool doomed weapons, Wand. You know, all these other cool weapons came out. It's kind of like in the middle there where it doesn't get noticed. Got the Doomed Volge. We could do that too. If you don't have the Dustbringer, do the Doomed Volge. You should have this. If you've been playing the game for the last like 2 months, you should have this. Where's it at? Right here. Alright, the reason I'm using it is because it hits all enemies, boosted by purple allies and enemies. So I'm guessing we're going to have a lot of... I'm going to make my team completely purple, and then the enemy team is probably going to have purple as well. Then we death mark all enemies. If there are 13 or more brown gems, gain 2 magic. Alright, now we just need to get it up. So Thrall, a good start. Might even throw him in front. We could use... Okay, so we're not making extra turns, so I don't think we're going to use Possessed King. Use him when you're making extra turns. So I might go Magnus. Can help me. But then he's like super blocked. It's like everything's going to be super blocked, though. So anyway, just throw him on there for his 3rd trait. I don't know. 2 Thralls. 2 Thralls. Think that'll work. This thing's super blocked, though. Now I'm blocking my Dustbringer, too. Got a Thrall sandwich. Oh, well. Definitely purple. And then... brown. If you guys got any better ideas than this, let me know. Purple, brown, minus blue. There might be some traits you could put on here, like instead of, you know, like the Possessed King might be okay. Instead of double throw, like this is not going to do anything, I feel. Unless I put it up top. So I might just do that. At least he takes in blue. Maybe early on I leave Magnus on the bottom. He's blocked, but, flicks a random status effect on 4 or 5 gym match. I mean, you can go through and just look at all the traits if you want. Like, if you're just going to use Thrall and the Dustbringer, and then you need just 2 other troops that are not going to do anything, you know, make them have some good traits. So far, I don't see anything, though. Yeah, there's really not too much. Bonus purple mana from purple gem matches. So I might have been on the right track with an extra thrall. But we'll do that for a different team. Let's do this. Maybe I'll do this early. Anyway. Alright, so for you, do whatever class you want. You know, 50% start class would be preferred, but you don't have to. Like, you could do Night Weaver. If you want the perfect class, I would say Thief or Archmagus. That's what I always say for purple teams. But I'm going to do Oracle just because I'm leveling it. So you need to take out Oracle and plug in your Archmagus or your Plague Lord or your Thief or whatever you're doing. Alright, let's see how this goes. Make it kingdom-based, says Mr. Extreme. Rayman says, Guild Ward restricted idea, no books allowed, no empowered troops, can only use common troops for offense and defense. I think it would be more interesting month to month. It's all good, Livewire. A bit like Arena, says Sana. Rayman says, possibly to show more troops love that are used since there are so many to use. Gives you a chance to use your brain. Is the guild behaving in your absence? You know. It's been alright. I haven't seen anything crazy. We've, like, not completed a couple events, but they were, like, hard events that, you know, it's not that big of a deal. I hope we don't, like, keep doing that, but I'm not, like, up there in first place, so it's hard for me to say anything. I'm usually in the middle somewhere. So I don't want to be, like, saying, oh, people need to do more when I'm sitting there in the middle, so. Let's do high level. I'm going to do a chapter. The 2230. Like, I think last week we got it done. We got the Tower of Doom done. It was like Journey a couple times, I think, that we missed out. Maybe Invasion or something? I can't remember. Alright, we're looking for purple. Couldn't find it, so I took brown. Here's some purple. Boom. Bang. We got three things hitting all enemies. We got Thrall. Let's make sure our metals are right. Yeah, it's probably fine. Alright, let's do this first set, then I'll switch to something without Dustbringer. At least. I need to get that red macaco. They just haven't given me any of the weapons yet. Like, 0. It's not been possible at all. You would think after this much time. I don't remember when it came in, but wasn't it like a couple months ago? At least? I feel like I've been saying the words red macaco for like 4 months now. It's one of the first times I feel like the pay side got something like very useful and good that you know, sucks for the free-to-play side not to have. And they are like super money gating it. Like we don't even have one ingredient yet. There's like 3 weapons that you need to get, 3 different kingdoms, and we have 0. It's annoying for me because I have a channel, and I would love to, like, and I know a lot of y'all have it because a lot of y'all are smart and you spent some money on the game. Which you guys know I don't frown upon. I explain why I think other channels shouldn't spend too much money is all. That'd be like learning how to lift weights from somebody that's doing steroids. You want to learn from a guy that's not doing steroids, and then you do the steroids, you know? Learn how to lift properly, and then give yourself the gas. Don't get lifting advice from, what's his name? What's the guy? The guy with the beard? He eats like, oh, Liver King. Don't be like Liver King. Or, don't learn from Liver King. He'll act like, they act like they're teaching you how to play the game, but all the while, he's injecting steroids into it. So, would you follow advice from that guy? Taking shortcuts? That's all I mean when I say I don't spend money. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody. I feel like I always gotta explain myself because some people take it the wrong way, like I'm putting you down or something. We need people doing it. Like, you have to buy the game or the game will not continue. It's just like this channel. If if we were getting 0 all the time, it would not continue. If this game was getting 0 all the time, it would not continue. That's like a lot of things. If a gas station is making 0 sales every day, the gas station is going to close down. No matter what you care, no matter what you say or think or do, if that gas station is getting 0 sales every day for months on end, it's going to close down. Gems of War is going to close down if we don't spend money. So I'm not stupid. I know that. And I think everybody should buy Death Knight armor, Campaign Pass, Kingdom Pass, and however you got the Red Macaco, I guess. I don't remember how that was, but probably should have bought that too. Everybody at the bottom needs to do more. I know, dude. I just don't want to be the one to say it, because I'm not up the top. If I was up at the top, like Alicia, Sweet, or Allie or something, but they're like not confrontational, so it's going to take somebody like me or you to say something. Because they're too nice. And I know you can't even say anything, so I don't know. I don't like saying stuff when I'm not up in the top 5 or top 10, because then they're like, well, why don't you do more? Midnight King and Theo are in chests? Nice. Anita's lurking. I'm glad. Mr. Extreme says the very bottom needs to do more. Misty says I feel like there won't be a chance for me to win because most people will have new Dragonite dragons and it's not going to be fun. Since I still don't. Unless they aren't going to put Guild Wars out till much later. It sounds like it's not going to be out for a while, like the end of the year or something. So it's going to be a while. Just do your vault event super hard, keep track of those timers, that the Dragonite gnomes, pause at the end, run your dungeon every day. Do the same 3 rooms every day so you're not jumping around and getting bad RNG. You gotta get as much Dragonite as you can, open as many eggs as you can. I know it's difficult. Like, you keep getting the same dragon over and over and over, and you want to punch a wall, but... Alright, let's make a, mid-level team. So, I'd probably just double up on Magnus, honestly. And then use, like, a weapon that is either human or Darkstone or the wand or something. I know most of y'all have the wand, so... I guess I'll do that. The reason I know is we ran a poll and 80-something% of y'all had it. So if you don't have the wand, I hope you have the high-level team or the low-level team. Let's do it like this. I feel like Thrall gets up so easy. Could do the mana-generating sandwich. And banner, we still got a lot of purple. We still got a lot of brown. We still don't have any blue, so we can stick with the silver banner, silver necropolis. Class, do whatever you want. We're using Wand of Stars. You don't have to make yourself a certain class. I'm going to do, well, let's do a different class so you can copy the team code. I'll do Thief. I don't really need the Storm, though, I guess. I'll do Archmagus. I mean, the Storm would be nice for the Magnus to go off. I don't know. Either one. Or PLAGUELORD. Alright, so here's a mid-level team for you. Let me put the chapter in. 2930. Mid-level team. Thrall, Magnus, Wand of Stars. If your Thrall starts dying, switch the Wand of Stars up above it and move Thrall down 1 or something. I don't think it's going to happen. You're going to cast it, get up double Magnus, cast it, win most of the time. If you're just doing all, the free battles. If you're going all the way, you might have to use something else different because Thrall might die eventually. But I'm putting out teams for the majority of people that are just doing the free battles, and like that first one could probably take you as far as you want to go. Get the death marks. Bang, bang. Yoke the Ham is here. Pizza time. Yeah, I got it. I got it, was it last Friday, y'all, or the Friday before that? Whenever I put the video out that says free Stellarix. I did the same thing with Diamantina, yeah. A little bit of clickbait, but it's still true. That's as clickbaity as I'll ever get. It's still gotta be true. I'm not gonna put something that's a lie. Like, I got Stellarix for free. I didn't pay any money. Whenever I did that, I don't know if it was last Friday or the Friday before. But that's around when. I'll have to look at my channel. Somebody here probably knows more than I do. Was it when we got Takshaka? I know I was like immediately able to do that, even though I didn't do it right away. Yeah, it does take a while. That's the thing. That's the one thing you could say. If we're having an argument about anything, you could say, yeah, but you've been playing for 7 years. Like, do I need to play for 7 years to get all the stuff you got? Like, not exactly. I'm giving you 7 years of wisdom and tips. So you can do it faster than me. Because back when I was, 7 years ago, I didn't even know what I was doing. 2 years after that, I barely knew what I was doing. 3 years after that, I started to know what I was doing, Like, I didn't know exactly what I was doing the entire 7 years. So you can't, it's not like a direct correlation. You can't say, well, you've been playing the game for 7 years, and that's why you got all the stuff. Well, I didn't know what I was doing either, like, for the first... I had nobody to teach me, really, well, except Tacit. Right after Takshaka. So it was the same Friday as Takshaka. That's when I got Stellarix. I've been trying to repair our gem stack ever since. Because I was buying the dungeon every day. For months and months. Once I got that dragon, that last dragon, I was on it. I'm buying it. That's your cue. If you're not sure whether you should buy the dungeon offer or not for Dragonite, your cue is I now have all 6 dragons. If you got a lot of gems, you can do it before that, but, Or if you're super patient, you don't even have to do it then. You could keep trying to get perfects. You could just do vault events. It's going to take a while, but I think that's everybody's cue to, like, start buying the dungeon offers. When you finally get all 6 different cosmic dragons, and now all you need is the weapons. That's your cue to start buying that dungeon offer every day, if you can. Alright, there's your mid-level team. I'd just make usage of Magnus and Wand of Stars and Thrall. Some combo like that. If you don't have 2 Magnus, yeah, Possess King or Sister of Nightmares, you can figure something out. Something that hits multiple enemies. It says invalid, but it's not true. They just need to fix that. Alright, low level. We can't use any of that crap. What are we going to do? This is the first guy we could potentially use. Green to red. Sister of Shadows isn't terrible. This isn't terrible if you're dying and stuff. You need like a summon. This isn't terrible if you want to try for the executes and the death marks. Put them in first slot. He might be good with Anointed One. Anointed One and Executioner. It might go good together. I mean, they look really similar. That'd be a crazy team. But I think I'm going to do this. 75% start. Even with your low magic, the Thrall should be able to get up something that is starting with 75% mana. I know that's a thing when you're a beginner, that Thrall isn't as impressive as my Thrall, because your magic is so low. But, make sure you get into a good guild, make sure you get your, global medals, like, there's things you can do to increase your stats. Like, You know, do your underworld, like get your renown, like do your kingdom level and power within reason. Maybe Black Manacles. It's like the class event weapon for beginners. I think for the guess I'll do that again. If your Thrall's dying, then do this. And then you're just gonna have to get up Black Manacles, get up Thrall, and then go from there. You don't want to like get up Black Manacles, cast it, never get up Thrall, so that's why I'm doing this. Because at least the Black Manacles can take brown, and the Sister of Nightmares can take green. The Thrall isn't like super strong, it could die, but when you're at the start of the class event, you're going to be fine. When you're midway through, you're probably going to be fine. It's something that might happen towards the end. You might start losing your Thrall, but hopefully at least get to cast them first, and you'll still win. There's no penalty for losing a troop in the class event. We'll go purple. I think I'm going to go brown, since they're so... Alright, same thing. So silver banner works for every single team I did. And I think I'll stick with the Archmagus class. Alright, so low level team. Let me put a chapter in. Low level. 37. Save. Alright, here's your low level team. If your Thrall's dying, move it down behind Black Manacles. Got Archmagus class. We got double purple banner. We're going to take purple and win. Hopefully. We're going to take purple and win. Hopefully. It didn't die. We got 0 purple. This entire battle, no purple. It's funny. Maybe we do switch to Thief. Yep, like I always say, like Archmagus and Thief are kind of like the 2 purple classes. If you need a storm, you do Thief. If you don't need a storm, you do Archmagus. That was much better. That's supposed to be how it goes. Excuse me. Yoke the ham! Let me catch up in the chat first. Good players are getting hard to find, Mr. Extreme. I feel like a lot of people are quitting. I know I should never say that. But their most recent update, they got like the littlest tick of positive players I've ever seen for an update. And they had the biggest loss of players right before that I've ever seen in like the last 4 years or something. And then when they put out an update, usually they gain like 100, at least 100 on each platform or something like that. Like a certain percentage, they'll go up by like 15% or 20% or something like that. This most recent update, they went up by like 0.0 something percent or like 0.9% or something. It wasn't even a full percent or something like that. It's crazy. So you might be right that just less players are playing the game, and if 100 less players play the game, 20 of them are going to be awesome, and now we're missing 20 awesome players. And then guilds are fighting over the remaining players that are left. So if you ever wanted to move up, like if you ever had trouble, like can't find a guild that's, like now's the time. It's a movers market for the game, for guilds. If you want to move up to a better guild, now is the time. It's been the time for like the past 2 months, 3 months, like this whole year. 2024 has been the time to move guilds and go up to a better guild. It's not even your fault. Like, your guild is falling apart probably. You're losing people. Like, you're not getting as many tasks done. You're not getting the events done. Like, now's the time to move up and get the heck out of there. Like, don't feel any type of way. It is what it is. People are quitting the entire game. It's not your fault. You know, you gotta go. You gotta do what you gotta do. If you're working at a business that's about to go out of, out of business, wouldn't you be looking for another job and instead of like just hanging out until the ship sinks? You don't have it either, Mr. Extreme. Pizza Time says you get Silver Extreme. Yeah, I already answered that. Sorry. Yoke the Ham says, how many classes do you have left to level up to 100? Something like 6 or 5, or we can go count. People ask that all the time. I don't put very much importance on that. I feel like it's something you should do as you play the game along the way, just as an aside. It's not something you should concentrate on. It's a kind of a waste of time. It's kind of like concentrating on your XP booster and just running Explore 1. Do you see people doing that? I don't really see people doing that too much. Like, at the beginning, they were doing it. I'm not going to add another 15 minutes to my gameplay just for a little bit of XP. On a hero, that's not going to make a difference between this level and the next level. What's the difference? I don't get a stat. I'm always stat-focused. Like, if I do something and I get a stat, then I'm going to do it. If I do something and I don't get a stat, I'm not doing that immediately. I'm going to look for something else to do that might give me a stat first. I'm not, like, procrastinating on classes. I'm just doing a certain one right now, slowly, because it needs to be done right now. And they keep making everything easier. Like, they probably make leveling classes easier before we know it. I bet you they put in, like, a talisman that gives you a double class experience eventually. Then if you have all the classes at 100, you're like, man, I did it when it was hard. It's not really stopping me from having anything. Not having Oracle to 100. Maybe stopping me from getting a 0.25% tribute chance. Maybe a little bit of extra gold a day. Maybe a little bit of extra tribute when it does give a tribute. And maybe a stat. And it's like 1 HP. Like, is that 1 HP going to make a difference? Whether I win or lose? Most likely not. That's why you do all the magic kingdoms first, because those stats definitely matter. You're going to hit harder, you're going to get stuff done quicker. It's the best stat in the game, magic. But kingdoms that are like for HP, like life, like even armor, like armor's okay, but you know, like Rowan, Tesla, Guard's Avatar, but you're not always using those. But here's your low-level team. I mean, that's the best I can come up with. If you have the Red Macaque, we'll definitely use it. If you have the Dustbringer, I would use that instead of Black Manacles, probably. If you have Magnus, I would use that instead of Sister of Nightmares. And then I would switch my weapon, because I don't want my whole team to be purple and brown. Alright. Let's go count the classes now, since you asked. I'm not 100% sure. One, Dervish. This will tell you all the crappy classes, too, probably. Dervish, Doomsayer, Nightweaver, Oracle. That's it, 4. Wow, I'm doing better than I thought. And one of them's Nightweaver, which came into the game pretty recently. I'm working on Oracle right now. Like, if I wasn't on stream, I'd be doing Oracle for my class on that class event. Doesn't necessarily, like, this isn't exactly the worst classes. Like, I might have done a weird, like, knight or something just to get a stat or something, but that was after I did all the good classes and all the magic classes. Like, then it was just like, oh, I'm super close to getting whatever, so I'm going to do knight next. So, but the ones I don't have done are definitely not good. I can tell you that. But every single one I have done doesn't mean that they're good. The other way around. So 4 left. Not too bad. I'm happy with that. Working on one. All right, 15 more minutes. What do you guys want to see? I can't stay long because my daughter's sick, and she didn't even really want me to stream, so I told her I'd try to do it as quick as I could. Don't let that stop you, though. I want to do at least an hour. I'm never going to do it under an hour, so. Pizza says, I mean, it's free, just takes a long time to get. Right after Takashaka. That's old messages. What am I reading? Pizza says, yeah, now there's a lot of videos showing fast gold teams, fast souls teams, fast explorer teams, which, by the way, use tomorrow for Vault Weekend. Yeah, and that's all useless crap that you don't need. That's all view farms. View farming videos that you don't need. Mark, I don't know. Right now I feel like I'm stuck in a rut. I'm stuck in a hellhole. I'm trying as best I can, but I could try more. Like, there's just drama every day. There's something going on every day. Plus I gotta work. And I don't know. Like, it's hard to look even. Then when I do find something, it always goes off market immediately, or they want, like, quadruple the rent, plus you can't eat hamburgers, and you can't have a certain type of dog, or... It's just hard. We can't find exactly what we're looking for. Because we're not just looking for anything. We don't want to just... We're not, like, in desperate... Like, I'm desperately wanting to move, but I'm not desperately needing to move. So, it's not like we're just going to take the first thing that pops up, either. Because we had one. We could have took it, but it was just too much money, and I knew it. And this was, like, way back in August. That's how long I've been looking. And like, now I'd be like, man, I wish I would have took that. But back then, it wasn't a good idea. Like, they wanted, like, a little bit too much. Like, and we even asked, we negotiated and stuff, and that was them, like, bringing down the price a little bit. It was still way too much. Bag says the update was not the best, but the patch is what pissed people off with the hero class being added and mirroring the attack teams. Yeah, I haven't looked at it lately. Let's go look at it right now. Let's see the Steam charts. That's what you look up, Gems of War Steam charts. If you want to see, like, an example of how they're doing on a certain platform. It doesn't account for, like, PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and all that. But it will account for, like, the second biggest, I think. Because I don't know if it counts mobile either. You guys would have to let me know. Because don't you play mobile on Steam? So doesn't that include it? I think I played my mobile account off Steam, right? So it's the Steam charts for Gems of War. You would think it would include mobile and PC. But I'm not 100% on that. I know it includes PC. I can't type. Gems of War Steam charts. I look at this like once every couple weeks. So, in the last 30 days, they've lost 17 players, which is a minus 1.46%. In February 2024, they lost 78 players from whatever this is, like PC or mobile or something, which is 6%. January, they did go up by 1.84%. I exaggerated a little bit. I think it was the other one, or maybe not. I must have exaggerated a little bit or looked at it too soon. It's 1.84%. I'm so sorry. I thought it was 0.84 or something. That's still horrible. Normally, they'll put an update and you can tell. Like, it goes up. Let's look at a real update. Like, they'll gain a bunch of people. Like, here's one where they gained 14%. Like, almost 200 people. There's a couple where they've got, like, close to 10%. There's a bunch of them back in the day, like, they would get 10%, they would gain like 10% plus every time they put out an update. Now, it's just red. From March 2023 until now, like a year. For the last year, there's only 2 greens. There's only 2 greens, so 10 out of 12 are red. They're going down. Just letting you know, I'm self-sabotaging here. I'm like, I feel like when I say the game is going down and dying and people aren't liking it and people are quitting, like, it might encourage somebody out there to quit as well, but I don't really want that. I'm just being a realist and telling the truth here. But yeah, last 30 days, there was an average of only 1,189 players. If you check a year before that, like March 2022, there was 1,601. So almost 500 more players. If you go to the March before that in 2021, I know like the pandemic and all that crap, but it is what it is. You got 1,707. March 2020, 1,734. March 2019, 1,481. So we're down to 1,189 right now. Average players on this, whatever this is, PC Mobile, I think. Peak players, 1,734. The all-time peak is 2,965. It's almost 3,000. That's almost half of the all-time peak. Well, you can look at it yourself. I'll put a link in the chat. It's pretty. You just Google Gyms of War Steam charts. Takes you like right to it, but yeah, the Vault event always brings it up a little bit. They know that too. That's why they put them out so often. Like everybody loves the Vault event, so that'll give them more players. There's the Steam charts. Oh yeah, we need to prepare. We need to do the Vault preparation. I gotta explain that. I wanted to make that what the live stream was about, but then they put out that little blurb from the devs about Guild Wars. So, all right, let's go over Vault preparation. Whoa, look, I got a Cindyverse. You gotta buy these every time you see them. No matter which one it is, you should buy it because they're very hard to come by. I'm buying that right now. I don't even care, and I think it's the one I need. Always buy verses. Let's get our mail. Let's just grab this. We're probably going to play for like 15 more minutes anyway. And okay, so vault preparation just means, first of all, open all your vault keys. That way you put your back against a wall, you don't have any vault keys. You're not going to say, well, I already got 500. I'm not, like, when am I ever going to open 1,000? Like, you know, if you have 500 vault keys when you're going into a vault event, depending on the person, like, type of person you are, like, that would make me not go as hard. So I know what type of person I am. If I had 500 vault keys still to open when I'm going into the vault event tomorrow, I would probably only get like 200 vault keys. Because I'd be like, oh, well, I got 700 now. I'll just open 700 and I'll be happy. So you need to open them all up so you know where you stand, first of all. There's gems in there. There's tarot cards in there. There's orbs in there. There's keys in there. There's so much stuff in those. You're just letting them sit there and you're not opening them. You got to see where you're standing. So you know exactly, should I be buying the dungeon right now? Should I be doing the Underspire right now? You know? Should I be doing the Epic Trials and buying the pet right now? Well, I don't know, because I got 500 vault keys I haven't opened yet. And I don't even know what's in them. So you should open them. Don't save them. I mean, there was back in the day, it was like, hey, there might be a new tarot card. And that new tarot card isn't in the vault key drop table yet. Like, who cares now, though? Like, nothing, you know, the wand. Like, every once in a while, they'll make a tarot card important. But if they happen to add a tarot card after you open all your vault keys, that'll make you go hard as well. That's another good reason that you'll go hard and get more. So who cares? You'll get the tarot card because you're gonna go and get another 500. You're not just gonna sit there and get 200. You're gonna go get another 500, which would be 1,000 instead of 700. So just open all your vault keys. I haven't done that yet. I said it's hard to open like 100 in a day, more than 100 in a day, and I'm sitting here with 40. Which is almost half that. I forgot to open them last night. And when I'm in a hurry, I do Stellarix, and when I'm not in a hurry, I'll do a class. I'll level a class. Like right now I'm in a hurry, so I'm gonna do Stellarix. I only got, you know, tomorrow is the vault event. I need to open all 40 of these by tomorrow. So that's not all though. That's not it. Okay, your PvP. You want to have all your PvP done by Thursday night, by Friday morning. That way you can take your gold and soul boosters and use them during the vault event if you want to. It's not like the best place to use it, but it's a nice place to use it. You'll get every single minute of usage out of them because you're going to be grinding the vault. And it's like you're doing you're not like adding time to your. You're not collecting your gold and soul booster and then going and doing more PvP. That's not going to give you very much when you get a few more 100 VP or something. A couple thousand more VP. The difference between you already winning first place and you getting another 2,000 VP because you're running boosters is not that much of a difference. Like, I'd rather see you do it while you're doing the vault event because you're already doing something. You might as well make it even better. You know, run your gold and soul boosters during the vault event. So get your PvP done by Thursday night, Friday morning. Don't sit there and have more to do on Friday. Be done. Same with the Underspire. If you're going to go to a certain boss in the Underspire, get there by Thursday night, by Friday morning. Do not be doing Underspire on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. It's not worth it at that point. Who cares if you're... Unless you're like, you know, there's specific people in specific situations where you're one move away. Like, you need one torch to hit the 5th, 6th boss, whatever it is, and you're going to do... Like, of course it depends, but most people should not be doing the Underspire on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Or PvP. If you're, you know, specific people maybe, and you know who you are, and, you know, do your thing, don't let me stop you, but you're probably not that person. Like, that's 1 out of 90, it's like a 1% person. What else? You know, your guild event. Be on your guildies. Be like, we got to get this done by Thursday night. We got to get this done by Friday morning. Like, buy it more in the shop. You're about to get more gems anyway through the vault event. So everybody, like, hey, you at the bottom there, you need to buy up in the shop. Let's go. Run your battles. At least run your free ones. If you don't run your free ones, we're going to kick you out. Like, you have 0 points. You're not participating. You're not helping the guild. What does it matter if you're in the guild or not if you're not doing anything? Who cares? We don't want 30 members if one of them's doing nothing. What's the difference? Throw them out of there. You know, I always prefer giving people a warning and maybe giving them a week. But never, like, let somebody sit there for a month or 2 months or, like, kick them out. Get them kicked out. At least, like, send them a message, however you want to handle it. Like, hey, are you in the hospital right now? Are you on vacation right now? Like, what's the reason you're doing nothing? There might be a good reason, and they might say, oh, I'm going to be back in 3 days, and I just had a baby, and we're in the hospital. Like, there might be a good reason that you would just, like, let them stay in the guild. You never know. Oh, my dog just died, and I've been devastated, but I'll try to play I'll do better next week. Like, you never know. You know, the guild leaders should send them a message and say, like, hey, what's going on here? Depending on what kind of guild you're in, some guild leaders will just kick people if they don't meet the requirements, so I'm just telling you the way I would prefer it handled. And if they're newer or older, like how long have they been in the guild, that's always a factor. If they're a brand new person and they've done nothing at all the entire time, like, you kick them out immediately. You don't even send them a message. Like, why are you coming into this guild and doing nothing? Like, give them, like, maybe 1 week. If they come in on, like, a Wednesday or Thursday and they do nothing, you know, that's different than them coming in on a Monday and doing nothing the entire week. If they come in on a Friday and they do nothing, you know, watch them the next week. Like, they should be on your radar. Like, the newer the person is, the quicker you kick them out. The longer the person's been in the guild, the longer leash you give them, the more messages you send them. The more reaching out you do, the more trying you try to see what's going on. Because everybody's trying to move up right now. Or at least they should be. So that's pretty much, you know, I think that's about it. Like, right? Your guild event. Make sure it's done by Thursday night. Before it strikes Friday. Before the reset on Friday. Guild event done. Every vault key opened. Get your Underspire done. Or as far as you're going to go. Like, don't go any further once it hits Friday. PvP. I think this is the biggest one. I think this is the one people are going to do anyway. And they're going to say, screw you, Sinnycool. I'm still doing it. PvP. I'm going to get pets. You know I hate that. So, if you're doing it, you know, do your thing, but it's not my recommendation. I hate that. You should only do the vault event. You should only be doing Explore 1. You should only be using Ironhawk. You should only be using Rowan. You should only be using Moon Mage, maybe, if you need Doomsayer leveled. Like I do. I could do Moon Mage, I guess, but Ironhawk is so much faster. You know, keep your eye on Takhaka. Like, that might be a thing, but we don't need to be the first people that ever do it. You know, let somebody else be the guinea pig on that. We're going to run our triple Iron Hawks or double Iron Hawks. We're going to get 300, 500 vault keys. And then if somebody pops up and saying, oh, Stellarix and Todd Kaka and blah, 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 it's so much better, like, then we'll do it the next time. It's fine. You don't have to be the first person to always do stuff. Why'd I do that? Ugh. I think that's everything. I can't think of anything else. You know, if you have verses, get ready to run them. If you have gaps, like get your, go to your, you can even go to the kingdom you're going to go into and, like, check it and make sure it doesn't have extra stats. Like, where am I going to go? Which one am I going to do? Am I going to do Wild Plains? Does Wild Plains have extra stats this week? Would it make it more annoying if I go to Wild Plains like I always do? Let's go check on that. Let's get our boss chest down to 0 so we're not doing that right away. Let's be able to run a gap immediately. Go get your team locked in. Go get your medals locked in or whatever. You don't need medals, but you know what I'm saying. Like, get everything ready to go for Friday. When you jump on, you're just boom, you're in Wild Plains, bang, you're doing Iron Hawks, like right away. You're running a gap immediately. Like, maybe you do your dungeon real quick. Maybe if the adventure board has something crazy on it, you do it real quick. It's not like you do Vault Event 100% of the time, but you do it for like 99% of the time. There's only a couple tiny little exceptions. You don't get out of the money machine to pick up a dime. Quit. You're grabbing $100 bills and shoving them in your bra. And if you go do PvP for a pet or you go do a pet rescue, you're getting out of that $100 bill money machine to go pick up a dime. It's not smart in my opinion. There's so many ways to get pets in the game. I rant and rave about this all the time. I want people to, you know, understand. So I say it over and over and over. Pets aren't blocking me at all right now. Gold, souls, nothing's blocking, nothing. So, how am I supposed to feel? I'm supposed to tell you guys, it's the way I'm doing it. I'm not gold farming, I'm not soul farming, I'm not doing pet rescues. That's what I'm doing. That's all I can tell y'all. 300 gems again, did you see that? I got 120, then I got 300. That was sick. I was never much of a gold farmer, even back when it was a thing. Like, I would use the skeleton key team, and I would use it like I would level a class. I would do adventure board with the gold farming, the skeleton key team. I would do the dungeon with the skeleton key team. You know, whenever I could use it, I would use it. But I'm not sitting there just doing that, like in Explore or something. I never did that, even back in the day when it was good. You know, soul farming. I don't think I ever sat there and used Ferris Ra over and over and over and over and over. Like, maybe I was like super close to Dawnbringer, and I just needed like another 100,000 souls, like maybe real quick. But I'm not going to do it every day or every week or every month or something. It's like you got to take off your pull up and put on real undies. Eventually you take off that pull up. You run around naked, then you put your undies on. Or you take off your diaper and put on your pull up. You're a big boy now. We don't need the gold farm. We're not stupid. We're not that anybody is. Like, don't feel like I'm calling you stupid, please. We know how to get gold without just sitting there and, like, farming it and doing nothing else. I'm trying to think of an example of what that would be like, but it's like picking pennies out of a fountain or something. And that's your idea to get money. Like, yeah, of course, there's free money in there. But you're going to get wet, you're going to look stupid, you could have been doing anything else. Should do the vault event instead. Like, it's there. Like, that's the penny Olympics. You're ignoring the penny Olympics to go pick pennies out of a fountain. There's like pennies flying everywhere during the vault event, and you're saying, ah, screw that. I'm gonna go pick pennies out of the fountain. Instead of getting a job, I'm going to go sit on the side of the road with a sign. That's gold farming to me. Like, Vault Event is the job. Sitting on the side of the road with the sign is gold farming. Like, you're so broke, you need to gold farm. Why are you so broke? What'd you do? Are you not going to work? Are you not doing the Vault Event? What happened? Like, something devastating must have happened. That's your gold farming. I picture a person on the side of the road with the sign when people say they gold farm. Unless they're a very specific person like Supernova or something. I don't want him thinking I'm talking about him. Because he's like just Scrooge McDuck. He's like Scrooge McDuck. He loves gold. He's jumping into it and swimming in it and stuff, you know? He's different. So I'm not talking about Supernova. Just random people that have no name is who I'm talking about. I think it's silly. And then people put out videos and they know it's going to get views. And then they're telling you like the strat of how to sit on the side of the road with the sign. Like, I'm going to make a video that says the top 3 ways to make a sign to sit on the side of the road. And that'd be the same thing as making a gold farming or soul farming video. Like, instead of watching that one, you should watch how to do the vault event properly. How to get a job. How to be not down so bad that you're picking pennies out of the fountain. Where'd all your souls go? What are you doing? What'd you spend them on? Why are you sitting there and using Ferris Raw that nobody uses anymore? It's obsolete. Why are you using the judge of whoever or the whatever it is? Like, who cares? You know, do the vault event. Like, souls, like, you know, vault keys don't give you like 1 billion souls, but it's like the process of doing the vault event, like in total, will give you a decent amount of souls. It's not great, but you don't need like 1 billion souls either. Like, I have a 50 million, I don't know how many I have, but I have like almost 20 million souls I'm doing nothing with. And there was never a time and place where I was like, dang it, I wish I had souls right now. Except for Dawnbringer. And now Dawnbringer's obsolete, pretty much. You should never sit there and just soul farm for Dawnbringer now. I would say just wait. You know, get it when you can, but you shouldn't, like, waste time trying to get it. When you get the Skeleton Key team, if you want to, like, use that for everything you're doing, that's fine. Like, if you're doing Adventure Board and Dungeon and, like, certain events and certain factions with the Skeleton Key team or something, or whatever your gold farming team is, that's cool. I'm talking about you go out of your way to spend time gold farming and only gold farming. That's what I'm talking about. Woo! Look at that. You see me get so many gems, you see me get orbs. Like, this is just, like, enforcing my point. As I open these vault keys and get good stuff. And while I was doing the vault event, I was getting gems. I was getting souls. I was getting gold. You don't see that right now. You're just seeing the stuff I'm getting out of the vault keys. Gems and orbs. Gold out the butt. 36,000. 3,000. 39,000 gold from that. 4 event keys. Those are super hard to get. You're not going to get those from gold farming or soul farming. You get the other stuff too. That's like the whole point. You're sitting there gold farming. You know, you're not getting any event keys. You're not getting any major orbs of chaos. We're sitting here, we're getting everything. Orb of clans, now you can get mythics, now you can get legendaries. Gold farming you can't. What are you going to do? Buy guild tasks over and over and over and over and over and pray? It's not going to work. Drager says I have every class maxed, but I love grinding Explorer. I mean, whatever floats your boat, man. You're doing pretty well at the game, so keep doing what you're doing. I don't like being hard on people that are my friends. I do want better for you, though. If I saw you doing a push-up improperly, I would like try. I'd be like, hey, you know, if you do this, your chest will get, you gotta do it this way. I hate that, though, sometimes, so. But that's what I'm here for. You ever be working out, doing something? Not working out, but, like, working at work. And then some chuckle F comes by and says, you should do it this way instead of that way. And you're already halfway done or, like, almost done all the way. Like, how come you didn't do it like this instead of like that? It's like, shut up. Shut up. I'm done. I'm almost done, and I did it this way, so leave me alone. Next time, like, when I'm starting it, maybe come out and say that. Not when I'm almost done, because that doesn't help. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm talking about it now before the vault event starts. I'm not going to say, like, shouldn't have done this on Sunday night. Like, now's the time. The vault preparation is now. It should have been, like, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Pizza says, from best to worst, magic, attack, life, armor. I agree with the first two for sure. And the last two are just hard to, you know. They're kind of pretty much like tied. Cause you gotta think like armor with the Rowan, with the guard's avatar, with the Teslas. Look at that, 60,000 freaking gold. I would much rather have a vault key than sit there and do 12 battles or something to get 60,000 gold. While I'm getting nothing else. Like, nothing else. Maybe class experience. Maybe hero experience if you're lucky. I'd rather get a major Orb of Chaos while I'm getting 60,000 gold. Not nothing. While I'm getting 63,000 gold. And I'm also getting... I could also get class experience. So it's not like you're getting more class experience. I could also get class experience if I wanted it. You can't also... You can't also get orbs. You can't also get gems. You can't also get keys. You can't. I could. I could do a class right here. Mr. Extreme says, but new players got to put the work in once they get up there, right? If I was joining a new guild, I'd want to prove myself. Like when I joined Mana Bombers, I won the first Guild Wars. I haven't won any since. It was crazy. I won the first Guild Wars. I don't know if you remember that, but when I first joined Mana Bombers, I don't know when it was or like if it was weeks later or what, but the very first Guild Wars that I was a member of Mana Bombers, I got Paragon. Like that's a good impression to make. Don't come in there doing zeros all week. Like you should be nervous. It's like starting a new job. You go in there and you bust your butt. You want them to think you're a good worker. You don't want to like go in there the first day and looking at your phone, taking 50 smoke breaks, trying to go home sick. That's what idiots do. When I start a new job, I'm out there just busting it. You know, I might slow down to a more even pace the longer I'm there, but I'm not going to like be lazy either. You don't want to wear yourself out by going super hard every single day, but excuse me. Oops, dropped the controller. Anybody have any questions? I would love to sit here and keep going. Let me see if she's awake or asleep. I'll ask her if she wants me to keep going or not. Alright, I probably shouldn't go any longer, but I'm going to go... Let's get these vault keys opened. I would say, I'm going to do that, and then I'll be done. You guys ask questions. You know, the train is, like, spinning its wheels today. We're not starting it. Sana's out there trying all by her lonesome. So that's part of the, you know... That's part of it. I asked my daughter, she said she don't care. And, you know, I made sure she was okay and everything. I'm not just, like, taking her first word for it, but... Sana with another one. You don't have to do that right away. I hate when everybody like, you put too much on your own shoulders. I'm trying to help you out. I'm trying to help to where you don't have to do that as much. Whenever I say stuff like that, it's not directed. Like, hey, Sana. All right, let's get some good stuff here. I'd love to see some gems. And I would love to see... I love big stacks of gold. I love that too. I just don't like sitting there and doing only that. That pisses me off. I hate that. I don't like doing a pet rescue in the middle of a vault event. Like, I'm already having fun doing the thing I want to be doing. So why would I stop to go do something I hate? That's really not going to get me any further, most likely. I'm going to get one copy of a pet that I don't even need. You know, I might need it, per se, but... They give you enough. The way the game is right now, they give you enough pets to where it's never going to block your kingdoms if you do everything correctly. There's way too many holidays and campaigns and Legends Reborn and Epic Trials and Underworld. Every kingdom has its own week where they have a pet on a Wednesday, a pet rescue. You should be able to get the 3 pets without doing pet rescues during the vault event. And I just get more and more correct as time passes. Like, maybe 3 years ago, you guys would be like, I don't know, man, I don't know. The more time that passes, the more correct I get about not doing pets during a freaking vault event. And I know I always harp on it and I talk about it way too much, because I know a bunch of you are doing it. Probably 5 of you in the chat that do it. And I don't want anybody watching like, lurking and... We're watching after we're off live stream, thinking that that's okay, and I think that's okay. I hate it. I hate that for you. It'd be like me seeing you trip and fall or something. Like, oh, hope they're okay. Chad and Mark did? Where? Oh, I see. Thank you so much, guys. Well wishes for the Swifty. What's up, Cinny, Sana, and Sinner, says Chad. My chat must have been messed up. Neo's here. Alright, pizza time, I'll see ya. Yeah, I must have been behind on the chat, sorry. Mark says, same here, Dragor. I do level 12 Explore for hours and hoard medals. I mean, if you don't have all your globals yet, I like it. If you already have all your globals, I dislike it. Rayman says, I have all my classes maxed, but hate the grind. I mean, that's a good feeling. It's a weight off your shoulders, but I don't like when people only do that. Like, I feel like it's a waste of time and you could be doing anything else. But when it's over with and it's done, you're like, shoo! Don't have to do that anymore. And why do you feel that way? That just proves the point more. When you got all your classes on 100, how come you feel like, shoo! I don't have to do that anymore. Because you know deep down it was like a freaking hassle and not worth your time and stupid. Now it's over with and you don't have to do that thing anymore that you knew deep down that you shouldn't be doing. DFIS Ivy. What's up? Huge bug in PvP. Oh yeah, Sana told me about there's experience bug in PvP. You never know what you're going to hear if you stick around with the live streams. So when you run an XP booster, right, Sana? When you run an XP booster and you go to a blood frenzy. So you kind of have to be doing a combo of things. It's not just going to happen to everybody. You have to be running an XP booster while you're doing a blood frenzy. There's a glitch right now where you don't get hero XP. Like, you barely get any. You only get like 3 or 4. Like, literally. Not 3 times, not 4 times. You literally get like 3 or 4 hero experience. And that's with your booster on. That's doing PvP where you should get way more than that. Like, don't use if you're using your XP booster, don't do it in a blood frenzy. Or don't do a blood frenzy while you're using your XP booster. I would have never found that out unless I was randomly like doing an XP booster at the start of a day and then I randomly did PvP. Because I've never thought like, oh, I'm going to run an XP booster during a blood frenzy. 24 gems right there, they all add up. 4 event keys, those add up. You know those are precious. You know you want like 50 event keys right now. When you take it, you would take it. That would add up. You'd start getting legendaries, mythics. You get to choose which kingdom to use them on. Beg says for your chatathon, maybe do a March Madness survey, top 64 troops. Ooh, that's a good idea. Is that going to be going on during the chatathon? Luckily, I do it super early in the morning. I don't feel like a lot of us are into sports. Like, I am a little bit, and I know like a couple of y'all are. But I don't think like the majority of us are. I'm like hot and cold with sports. Like back when I was a kid and a teenager in like early 20s, I was playing, and I was watching, and I was totally in. I was watching baseball, playing baseball, watching basketball, playing basketball, watching football, playing football outside, you know. Like I was doing everything almost. I just didn't like soccer. I wasn't a big soccer dude. I didn't like soccer. I didn't like something like water polo. I wanted like the, you know, football, basketball, baseball. That's me. Mostly basketball and baseball. I wasn't really a football player. I didn't put on a helmet and play on a team ever. But I was out in the yard, like, kicking butt. I should have been a pro in the NFL. I'm just kidding. But now, like, as time passes, like, you know, you stop playing because you're in your 20s, you're, you know, busy with girls or whatever, busy working. You stop playing. You still watch, though. You get to your, like, 30s and you aren't watching as much. Like, your team sucks or something. Your team sucks for a few years in a row and you kind of stop watching. Even though you watched them for so long, like, I watched that team for 20 years straight. Like, give me a break here. Like, they've been horrible for the last 3 years. I'm gonna, like, not watch for 1 year. And that's the year where they do amazing and you decided not to watch. Have you been watching the... No, they've been so bad lately. What are you talking about? Man, they're amazing this year. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, crap. We're already, like, 10 games deep into the season. Am I gonna start now? Drager says Skull Synergy with Giant PvP, Blood Frenzy using Slayer, having fun. Fun is always good. If that's your reason, then I love it. Like, I do Elden Ring, and, like, what's the point? But it's fun to me. Like, if we're not getting views, it's not helping the channel. You know, I'm fighting the same boss over and over and over. That's probably not even part of the progression of getting to the end of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll go find a random boss that you don't have to fight. Like, it's an optional boss. And it'll be super hard. So I do the same thing. I'm just trying to help by discouraging you from doing, like, gold farming and soul farming. I'll sit there and fight that boss 150 times and waste so much time, and, like, it's not for anything except for me to have fun. You guys have seen it. And I beat that, by the way. I beat those dudes. I finally beat it. I used my rapier on the first guy, like you guys were seeing, with Luddle. Luddle was effing him up. I was backstabbing him with the rapier. Then we had the magic guy jump in, get Luddle on him, just shooting magic, shooting magic, shooting magic, got him down. And then we got the three of them, the big boy, the axe, the pumpkin axe, and the one that's like a magic. And I killed the axe one first, like the pumpkin axe, and then I think it was actually the big boy. And I ended up with just like the horrible one that was... And he hit me a couple times. I was about to freak out, but I finally beat it. That's me. That's an example of me, like, gold farming or soul farming. It's for fun. So, if you're doing it for fun, it is what it is. Like, Supernova does it for fun. He's Scrooge McDuck diving into a vat of money. Swimming around. You want fast Explore teams for Vault Weekend, silly goose? Yeah. Ironhawk takes the cake, and nothing else matters. And if you don't have Ironhawk, Rowan takes the cake, and nothing else matters. And it's been that way for a while. Red Macaco costs more mana, isn't as consistent. Tesla costs more mana, isn't as consistent. We'll see about Takaka. We'll see. But I think right now the meta is still Ironhawks and Rowan. If you're doing anything else, you're costing yourself. Like, maybe that's why you got a gold farm. Sometimes the reason is because you're doing something slightly wrong. Like, oh, I'm using Tesla in the Vault event. Well, maybe that's why you have to gold farm, and I don't. So when somebody gold farms or soul farms or goes after pet rescues, I feel like you did something wrong to where you have to do that and correct your course. You did not get the epic trial pet. You did not get the faction pet. You did not get the pet that came across on the Kingdoms Week. You did not buy up in the Legends Reborn or the Holiday or the campaign or something. You chose to not get a certain pet, and now you're sitting there doing pet rescues during a Vault event instead of getting gems and gold and Dragonite and orbs and keys. That's the main point, really. Like, I'm getting gold and I'm getting souls and I'm getting gems and. It's and. It's not literally just gold or literally just souls. Like, that's horrible. Major Orb of Chaos. Let's see what's in here. Oh, that'd be nice for... I wish I could give it to some of y'all. I'd love it. I wish I could give you guys purple orbs. I'll start passing them out. I'd give them all out. I'd probably be able to give out 23. And then you guys go and use them and get some mythics and legendaries. I would love that. It's like the codes that the devs give. You know, they've been giving pets lately, which is cool. But they used to be horrible. Like, I wasn't even excited to even try to ask them for it. Like a gem key, yay! That's a waste of time just to copy-paste that. 18 event keys right there. That's a lot. One event key is worth, like, a bunch of gems. If you trade if you say what's the gem value of everything that I'm getting, and then you add it all up, and then you take what's the gem value of everything you're getting while you're gold farming, it's out of blow them out of the ballpark. Like, this is blowing out of the ballpark. Because that's the only currency you could convert it to say, like, which one's better. 24 gems just while I'm getting 6 diamonds, while I'm getting an Orb of Chaos, while I'm getting 5 gem keys, while I'm getting trophies and class experience and hero experience. Well, not class experience because my team, but... I'm hoping it clicks for somebody. The more I rant and rave and talk about it and do it over and over and over, like... I'm always hoping, like, it clicks for one person. And then they go and they just try. Just try it for a little bit. You don't have to, like, switch forever. Like, go try, like, not gold farming and soul farming for, like, 2 or 3 months and only do the vault event super hard. And I bet you don't miss gold or soul farming. I don't know why I keep taking gems. That's all I ask. It's like when I tell my daughter, take this medicine. I'm guaranteed you're going to feel better. Like, let me know if you don't feel better. Like, I'm not saying you're going to be 100% better, but I guarantee you're going to feel at least a little bit better if you take this medicine. Drink that water, you know. Put this Vapo rub on. Let's go take a bath. Whatever. You'll feel better. You can go back to laying there miserable and not helping yourself if you want later. But try these things first and let me know. 2 more vault keys and I'm ready. I probably have to do a little bit more Underspire, a little bit more PvP. Like, I'm not completely ready for the vault event. I probably need to do a lot more of the guild event, maybe. Why do I keep doing that? Wasting time. One track mind. 36,000 gold. Mobile can be Steam or Google Play. Okay, that makes sense then. I knew it was something like that. Like, it's not 100% all the mobile players. Why'd I keep doing that? I don't understand. Like, I'm stupid. I only got 1 left, so let's go. 3,000 gold. Oh, is that it? I'm out. But look, whenever Talk Shaka came out, that's when I got Stellarix. I've already repaired my gem stack to almost 6,000 gems. We were down under 2,000 gems. I said, watch. I told everybody, watch now. Watch when I'm done getting Stellarix, how my gem stack is going to continuously go up. I guarantee it. It's going up. It's not super fast or anything, but I got 6,000 now. I went from under 2,000 to over 6,000. Playing the game the way I'm playing it. Like, you can, like, follow my advice or not. It is what it is. I got 34 million gold. I got 15 million souls. I got all the troops in the game. I'm in a good guild. I don't spend any money on the game. This is all I'm missing. This, which I don't care about, but I'll get it one day, and I'll be excited when I get it, don't get me wrong. You know, a pay troop, an RNG, an RNG, a pay troop, an RNG, and, I don't know, whatever that is, like, whenever we get that. I don't think anybody can get that yet, right? It's going to just be in a couple, maybe not this vault event, but the next one or something. Another dirty picture for us to get instead of loot. The Vow Hawk. It's from the vault. It's not even from a kingdom. Wonderful. It's like when I have treasure here. I'm missing treasure. Oh no. What's the next one you think I'm gonna get? I don't know if Judgment's in the drop table yet. Chronos has to be in there by now, huh? Didn't somebody say that earlier? I think it's gonna either be another Sentinel or Chronos. Be the next troop I get. This is gonna be a while. This is gonna be whenever they put midnight, whenever it's midnight week, which might be a while. This is gonna be when I start trying. I'm probably not randomly gonna get it, so that's gonna be a while. And the Sentinels I do underspire a little bit every week, so I might get one here and there, like I got 3 of them. This, I mean, I'll just get eventually, whatever. So I'm feeling like I'm gonna get either Chronos or another Sentinel next. If I had to guess. I hope, because otherwise it's gonna be like Midnight King whenever midnight comes back around, and that might be a while. Alright, any questions? Put them in the chat. I'm done. It's a great idea, Beg. Mr. Extreme says Guild Wars needs to be every week. It made everyone work on team building. Hopefully that fan wasn't blown into the mic. Pizza Time's out of here. Yoke the Ham says you want to get 3 kingdoms on level 1 and low miststones for Vault Weekend? So you want to get 3 kingdoms on level 1. You want to be able to clear it in one shot. It's like Wild Plains. I don't even know which ones anymore because I always do Wild Plains. Unless there's a boost. You check like the events. We got Darkstone has 10% to skills. And Undead. So if there's any Undead in Wild Plains, they're going to have more stats. If we go to Wild Plains. There probably is a couple. Uh-oh. There's probably a couple Undead in every kingdom, though. That sucks. Well, there's 3 of them. So if these pop up all the time, you might want to switch to a different one. We might have to find a different kingdom this weekend. Cinemirage is usually my other choice, but I think there's Undead here as well. What do you guys think? Is Tyrion still here, or Beg, or somebody? What do you guys think for the Vault event this weekend? Alright, what am I doing? Cinemirage. Undead. Nothing. Okay, so do Cinemirage. So that's what I would recommend. Cinemirage. There's no reason to do any... You're going for vault keys. You're trying to kill enemies as quickly as possible. Who cares if you need, like, a trait stone or you want to do a certain kingdom because you love killing a certain enemy? Like, don't, like, create some weird reason to go do a different kingdom. Like, just do Cinemirage. Like, most likely. We're not there yet. I'm not doing it yet. There might be a reason that we don't do it. But a kingdom similar to Cinemirage. And just keep doing it over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And yeah, start it as close to a 0 boss chest as you can when you start running gaps. Like right here, it's on 57. I would go and just run triple Ironhawk, no gap, until I get to 100. Open the boss chest. Boom. I got 0 out of 100 now. Now I run the gap, because I'm not going to hit 100 out of 100 in one gap. And it's only like a little bit of time that it saves, but it's like if you do every tiny little min-max, like it all adds up, and you get like a certain amount of more vault keys, and like it's noticeable. If you do every tiny little min-max. If you have your troops in the right order, if you're not using a certain medal, if you're in the right kingdom, if you're using the right team, like there's a bunch of stuff where it's like if you do every single thing correctly, you're gonna get more vault keys than somebody not doing every single thing correctly. They're all tiny little additions, but they add up to and noticeable. Sana says, agree with you there, Mr. Extreme. People are lazy and rather copy and paste. Beg says, it's Cinny Vital. Stellarex is a PTP player. Tesla is the Diamantina. Is the Windex cleanup man. Neo's here. Rain Man's back to work. Mr. Extreme says, listen to Sinny, people. He knows his shit. Yep, and I get testimonials all the time by people in the comments saying, oh, I'm so glad I watched this video or that video, and I'm so glad I followed your advice. And nobody's ever saying the opposite, usually. Like, I've never got a comment saying, like, I wish I would have gone. Why'd you tell me not to do... Like, maybe the Tesla bounty thing, because I didn't know. There's, like, one person that said, oh, it didn't work. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. You had to spend a little bit of extra gems. My bad. And then I took the video down and made it private. I'm not going to say, like... Toras is amazing and it's the greatest troop ever, or Theodorovich is amazing and the greatest troop ever, and leave that video up. I'm not a view farmer. I want to help you. I'm not just looking, I'm not selfish. I try not to be anyway. Tyrion says 4 people left my top guild so far this week due to all the recent changes with the PvP update this week being the straw. Adding hero to PvP battles made it not fun. There's a huge bug in PvP with talismans and XP boosters. Uh-oh. Thank you, Mark. Well wishes for the Swifty. Tyrion says, I was actually enjoying PvP for the first time in a long while until this week. I was definitely doing it. Like, before I wasn't even doing it. Like, you should have been doing it. Like, before they changed PvP, you should have technically been doing it to Tier 1 and getting your glory keys. That way you can get, like, mythics and legendaries and gems and stuff. Like, you should have been getting those glory keys, no matter who you are. You should have been going to Tier 1 and PvP every week. But that was one thing where I was like, I wasn't doing it every single week. I'd do it, like, every other week or something. It was, like, the last thing I would do. So I agree. Like, I was playing PvP more when they did the update. I do miss those glory keys, though, because those turn into gems. And, like, nothing now turns into gems, so... Sinny, Sana, and Sinners. Mr. Extreme says, I hope to F I don't siege zeros when I get back. Mark says, Chad's in the house sliding across the hood. Appreciate it, Mark. I don't even have to think of a thing to say. I love it. Chad says, sorry I'm late. The truck was late getting here at work. Misty says, I hate PvP since they added the monoliths. The more they try and force me to play longer, the less I want to play. I agree. I mean, you know, you could just ignore the monoliths, though. Like, don't let it bother you. Like, don't even do them then. You don't have to do anything, especially something like that. That's just making something go a little bit faster. You're not really missing out on anything if you don't do the monoliths. I do them, you know. I do them. I don't know if I do them every single day, but because I don't feel like if I go do them and I go to 5 or I go to 3 or something, then it puts this giant timer on the board for like hours, and I'm like, I'm only going to play for like 10 more minutes. I feel like I just wasted something. It feels wasteful. It's almost less wasteful to just not do it. Come pick you up from the hospital. Are you close? Neo says, people have been asking me how long I will continue to support Sinnycool. I told everyone until he quits the job or the game. If he leaves, I'll leave. Who says that, dude? People that love frosted fakes? I don't get why people say that. I've been doing this for 7 years. I'm just helping people. All I want is for, you know, people to know, like, how everything went and why you shouldn't support the other guy. How long are you going to support that guy? How long are you going to ride around in a car that somebody else stole and just be, like, joyriding and waving at me and stuff? Like, how long are you going to do that? A guy that sucks, that just copied everybody else. He's spamming. He's not even from United States. Not that that matters, but if that's the straw that breaks the camel back for you, I'm glad I said it. Like, I don't care. I love other countries and stuff, but you guys are, like, you're not supporting me. Not that, you know, not you guys, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I probably shouldn't even have said that, but it just is what it is. Like, people always fall for the cool voice. Like, they think he's smarter or something because he speaks an accent or something. Like, it makes me think you're stupid. You're falling for that. He copied everybody else. He might not be doing it now. He's just spamming you. Annoying the crap out of you. Spamming you with a million videos that you probably don't even need half the time. This like, ooh, he's got an accent. He must be smart. Ooh, I'm going to gold farm and soul farm now. Like, that's what I picture. You're hanging your foot out the window with your sock off. How long are you going to support Sinnycool? Well, he copied everything I did, and he's only exists because of me. So why would you not support me? Mark says, I joined Mana Bombers on New Year's Day of this year, and I busted my butt to keep it up, but it's worth it. The people want you to stop supporting me, so I'll go away. That's their goal. That's why I switched to live stream, so I don't directly compete with that. I don't want to directly compete with a cheater and a copycat. That people are falling for it. They're so like chugging butter and watching and baiting. Falling for it, dude. You look dumb. You look dumb. Falling for it. Anybody that asks you that question, like they're one of the baiters that are eating butter and got their foot out the window with their sock on. Sock off. Like, way to go. You're going to join up with them? Good job. You're watching the copycat, not the original. He's trying to make me quit. So if they're asking you that question, they're hoping I quit. I switched to live streams because I don't want to directly compete with somebody like that. A cheater, a copycat. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he's got an accent. Ooh, I'm stupid. I'm stupid. He must be smarter. Ooh. Dumb. That's how it goes everywhere, though. Ghost hunting, you know, UFC, like anything you watch. It's always some, oh, they got a different accent. They must be smart. I'm stupid. Neophyte says, for new beginner's guide, 1 magic, 2 attack, 3 armor, 4 life for kingdom. Start with the magic first. Maxing those out. Right? Sana, thank you again. I'm so far behind in the chat, I guess. Neo says on Delves, try not to max them out. Try to keep at level 20s to get your rewards at max. Don't do crazy dancing on anything else. Max your horde if you want to. Yeah, I think that's right. I mean, especially like do City of Thieves over and over and over on 20, and then go get all your other horde levels to like 100. Because that's like when you get all your renown that's possible from your horde level. You want to max your renown from each faction. So you play City of Thieves because it's easy, because it's the best, because you can use Rowan, and you just keep doing it over. You don't switch to other ones. You like keep doing City of Thieves. You level it up, you get more stats, you got potions now, it's even easier. You go and get the Mirachi Queen, now it's even easier. You know, you level up all your factions' horde levels to 100 while you're still doing City of Thieves on 20. While you're getting all the other troops too. Every single troop from every single other faction. You just keep doing it. When you're done, when you got every single troop from every single faction, and when you got every single faction on 100, that's when you're allowed. When you got every single troop fully ascended, that's when you're allowed to stop doing City of Thieves on level 20. It's when you can go start doing something else. Level up something else. That's when. And it takes a long time. So I usually say, you know, hit me up when you're done with that, because it's going to take months and months. Neo says, as for troops, only max out those you're only going to use. Don't waste resources or time on unnecessary things unless you're going for kingdom levels. That's where it's bad. Like, Theodorovich is amazing. You know? Let me go waste all my keys. Let me go level them up and waste an orb or waste souls. Let me go waste. Some dummy told you like a troop is good and amazing. Now you're wasting souls, wasting. I think that's where it happens. Or the beginning of the game. People, every single troop they get, they want to level it to 20. Level. You don't have to. Just do the ones that you use. You know, wait until you're going to use Theo in every single team that you're doing. Then you level him. You don't level him first and then see if he's good in your team. No, you use him in the team, you see if he's good, and then you level him. Mr. Extreme says, you were ahead of me by 100 points when you won. My system died on day 5. Oh, no. Ivy said, so Vault event is coming tomorrow. It's my first, and I hope I can do it. Be as good as possible. Good luck, Ivy. I don't know exactly what you got. You got Rowan. You got Ironhawks? What do you got? It's your first Vault event, so I'm guessing you don't have Ironhawks. Mark says the best feeling was when I got my 6th Cosmic Dragon. The stress is now gone. Sana says the talismans are the problem with the booster and Blood Frenzy. Okay. Yeah, I have to go check that out. I'm not 100% sure why there's a glitch. But Sana seems to know. Neo says the entire PvP selection is just poop. They really took a dump. There was better before. Now it takes forever to get it done. Drager's playing Dark Souls 1. I love it. Mark says, I think 2 Ironhawks is faster than 2 Takshakas. Me too. Did someone summon a Supernova? I did. I summoned a demon. I was saying this applies to everybody except for Supernova, who's Scrooge McDuck jumping in money. Jumping in gold, I mean. Ivy says, can you show Rowan team? I did build of an older video, but would love to see a look from yours. Okay. I gotta do this anyway. Look, we got... This is what I use right now. Go check out my video about the Rowan team progression, or the first 5 Rowan teams. I have a video about Rowan. Because the team changes over time. You're gonna start it out with like a, like maybe like a Mountain Crusher and a Clockwork Sphinx and like whatever. You're gonna start it a certain way, and it's gonna progress into something different. Eventually, you're gonna have the Miraji Queen on it. You're gonna have Leprechaun on it. You're gonna have, you know, Black Manacles. Or you're gonna have Golden Cog. You're gonna have Shield of Erskaya. Like, there's a progression. You should go check out the video. It's like just type in Sinnycool Rowan. Most likely would bring it up. Otherwise, don't just type in Rowan, because you'll get 50,000 videos about how awesome like freaking Theodorovich is or Toras is. They put like all the tags in. You'll never find my video because they're trying to kill me. So you have to type Sinnycool Rowan if you want to find it. Or go straight to my channel and type it in the search bar on my channel. It's unfortunate. They're trying to bury me. Like, that's a good person, right? Have I ever done that to them? Have I ever, like, you know, try to bury them and make them quit? I never wanted them to quit. I just want them to play fair and, like, not copy. They're trying to make me quit and bury me. Like, that's a good person. I'm glad you're watching them. They're so good. They're perfect. They're amazing. Horrible person. Alright, here is the Rowan team. We got Black Manacles, Rowan, Leprechaun, the Miraji Queen. So if you have all these, this is what you would use. If you don't have the Miraji Queen, you could do Clockwork Sphinx. If you don't have the Black Manacles, you could do Golden Cog. So do some sort of combo of those. But this is what I do, and I'm leveling Oracle. So you'd put whatever class you're leveling. My banner is double blue, green, minus yellow. So you can't like straight up copy the team, because it'll put Oracle on your team and stuff like that, but it's pretty close right there. You could take off Oracle and put on whatever you want. Remember crashing out on Christmas. I'm tired of talking about it anyway, but go watch that video again. That's like forever explains why. When anybody asks a question about when are you going to stop supporting Sinnycool, or when are you going to, well, how come he doesn't like this guy? That explains it. I made a video. The last video I made before I started live streaming only. I think there was like one other video after that because I couldn't live stream a day or something, but you know, and there's EverQuest too, but like the last Gems of War video I did that wasn't a live stream, like the last couple, one of them is the crashing out on Christmas. It was during Christmas. It's been that long now. This is what I would do. Rowan starts with 50% mana. You blow up your Leprechaun. You get up Rowan. You cast it. You win. Put on guard medals. That's another thing. Like while you're concentrating on the Miraji Queen and the Leprechaun and the Golden Cog and the Shield of Erskaya and the Black Manacles, you might also concentrate on getting medals of guard from Explore, like Explore. Sometimes Black Manacles will get up first, you cast it, you win, maybe get a Devour. Sometimes it won't take care of whatever, you have to cast Rowan anyway. It's all based on how much armor you got, how hard she's going to hit. The Miraji Queen makes her start with 50% mana, so all elemental allies start with 50% mana. If you look at Rowan in the bottom left-hand corner, it's a Fey elemental. So at the start of battle, she has 6 mana. She just needs 6 more. And the Leprechaun is blowing up 20 green gems. There's 20 on the board. It's giving you like 10 mana at least for green. I think it's 50%, right? And that's way, way more than you need. We only need 6. And like this stuff could match and stuff too. Like it's not just the explosion either. Like a cascade could happen, a blue match, a green match. Like that's why this is so good. 6 mana. That's all you need. And this Leprechaun is empowered. You have to have that. You have to have fully traded to use Leprechaun. At the start of battle, it starts with full mana. You can cast it immediately. It's your turn first. You cast it immediately. It blows up 20 green gems, at least. Or depending on how many green gems are on the board. Like, if there's not 20, of course it can't blow up 20. But if it says explode 20 green gems and there's 15 on the board, it's going to explode 15. And then you'll get, like, 7 mana, which is enough. You know, cascades will happen. You'll match blue. You'll match green as well. And, like, Rowan gets up pretty much immediately. You cast it, you win. You boost her with armor. Boosted by my armor. So you're casting things on Rowan that boosts her armor, like Golden Cog, like Shield of Erskaya, like your guard medals. So that's Rowan. And I have a whole video about it that starts from the very beginning, when you do the Forest of Thorns quest and you get Rowan. to the very end where you're me and you're using it right now in Adventure Board. Like, it covers everything, like 5 different Rowan teams. It's one of my best videos. I think it's got like 20, 30,000 views or something. I don't know. I'm probably exaggerating. It has like 15, 20, 25,000. That's the other thing. Dude can't even make a video, except for Gems of War, that he copied somebody else. He can't even get a video to get like 1,000 views, except for Gems of War where he copied somebody else. I can get Dark Souls 2, Battle Ages, Sekiro. Like, I can do other games and get over 1,000 views. He can't. Like, who's better? I got an accent, though. I'm smart. You think smart, right? Dervish is celebrating a perfect dungeon today. Oh, yeah. Yoke the Ham says I'm level 1300, but I only have 20 mythics. I stopped playing for 3 years or so. So mythics, you want to do like, you know, do your dungeon every day so you can get diamonds. Do your vault event super hard so you can get keys. Be in a good guild so you get guild seals and, you know, purple orbs come from the vault event, purple orbs, and, you know, just keep stacking up keys, diamonds, and that's about it. That's how you get mythics. You stack up keys and diamonds. You can get Valhawk from vault keys right now? Cool. Thanks again, Anita. Appreciate you. And I think you guys are smart if you have an accent too. But yeah, don't think that's a. I just think like certain people aren't smart enough to where they automatically add some IQ points just because somebody has an accent. Like, it's not putting down anybody, any other country or any accent or anything. I'm not saying that you're stupid. They might be very smart, but I feel like the dummies in America, we are like, for some reason, if you hear an Australian accent, you hear a United Kingdom accent, you think they're smarter all of a sudden. Like, we're dumb. When that person just copied the crap out of somebody and is trying to kill them, you're supporting that. How long are you going to support that guy? The horrible person. The horrible person that's a copycat. That makes you look stupid all the time. How long are you going to support that guy? That's what I should say. But I never do because I don't want you to, you know, I don't want him to go away. I'm not trying to F him up and have him quit. I would never tell anybody to do anything. He's the one doing that. He's the bad person, not me. I'm just pointing out truth and facts. And then they might hurt. They might, you know, might not want to hear it, but it's the truth and facts. That's it. I'm allowed to say the truth and facts. Rowan, or Black Manacles, Rowan, Leprechaun, Mirage Queen. Hey, that's what I'm using. Yeah. And he's off. Hey, Neo set me off. I love Neo, though. You watched all my guides? Alright, DFIS. Right. Things do change. Yep. Rowan's still good, though. You can still use it. Like, eventually you're gonna get, like Ironhawks or Phoenicia. You know. But I still use Rowan. You see that? I have every troop in the game, and I still use Rowan, because why not? It's just Adventure Board. It's like, I'm still gonna use it here and there. Misty says I was able to use Stella from a summon in Arena. She killed the last 3 troops and disappeared. Made me sad. Oh, no. Mark says I still struggle with elite level. I have so many medals, not much to do with them. Right? Like, that's why you have so much medals, though. It's because you're doing Explore so often. You should probably be doing something else. You know what I'm saying? You do PvP a bunch, too, but you do a lot of... Mark, I know you play the game a lot. So, the more you play the game, the more you're able to do things like more Explore and more gold farming, soul farming. Like, I'm talking about the normal person that's playing the game for, like, 2 hours a day. Like, if you're playing the game for 5 hours a day, you're going to have to find things to do. And then you might as well gold farm, soul farm, you know, metal farm. Because that's, like, you're done with everything else. What else are you going to do? Of course. I'm not saying, like, nobody should do that. I'm just saying, like, the majority of people that play the game and they want to be done and they want to, like, move on. They want to... You know, it's like late, it's 9 o'clock at night, you just got home from work, you want to know, like, how much exactly you have to do before, you don't want to, like, not do something. Like, I'm speaking to those people mostly, like, if you're just grinding for 5 hours a day every day and you just run out of stuff to do, of course, like, it's not horrible. I would rather see you gold farm, soul farm, do Explore than do Treasure Hunt or something. For sure. Treasure Hunt's horrible, like, that's never worth doing. You might as well play a different game. But gold farming isn't, like, so horrible that you should play a different game. Like, metal farming isn't so horrible. You should play a different game. It's just like you don't see any streamers or high-end players doing Explore 12 anymore. So until once you got to get all your global medals though. Like I went to school, you got to go to school. You know, I learned how to use the toilet. You got to learn how to use the toilet. Like you can't just skip the step. You got to get all your globals first. So there's a period of time where you should be doing Explore. You can barely hear his accent because his audio is so bad, and yet people still watch it. I don't get it. Ivy says, Rowan changed my life. No, I hate every other team that's slower. I wished I had a strong team to do Explore 12 fast. Explore 12, yeah, do like Tesla or Stellarix. I know you probably don't have it, though, so... You know, you can use your Rowan. You can boost it up, and if you have Megavore, maybe, or if you have Golden Cog, or Shield of Skya, or like Clockwork Sphinx, you gotta then build up your armor. You gotta sit there for a second. You know, it might take... You're not gonna go super fast, but you can still get it done if you wanted to. You get up your Golden Cog, you cast it on Rowan. You get up your Golden Cog, you cast it on Rowan. And then you cast Rowan, and it does a ton of damage because you just boosted its armor for 2 turns. Like, she can technically do Explorer 12 if you really wanted to. It's just not as fast as other things you get later, so people don't keep doing it. Once they get Tesla, they're going to switch to Tesla. Once they get Stellarix, they're going to switch to Stellarix. So you're not going to see people in Explorer 12 with Rowan anymore. But yeah, that's a good one, Sana. I think Tesla is like the best thing that's not a dragon right now, you know? Maybe Red Macaco. Tesla can be boosted by armor though, and Red Macaco can't, right? So you gotta give Tesla like a edge. Alright, I think that's it. I'm getting all worked up, and I should have been off here like an hour ago, so I think that's it. I hope I didn't hurt anybody's feelings with the gold farming, soul farming thing. I hope I didn't hurt your feelings if you're watching the other guy. Like, I'm not telling you not to. I'm just saying, like, you know, I'm telling you the history and the truth. And that's it. You can decide from yourself from there. But like, share, subscribe, consider joining. Helps a lot too. Get about channel comment below. And I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for joining me today. Ivy, Sana, Dervicious, Mark, Misty. Just look up Glory to Gold, if you don't believe me. If for some reason all of a sudden Sinnycool was lying about something, just all of a sudden, like you're so deep in his butthole, and his accent is just like tickling your pickle so bad that you just can't even comprehend what I'm saying. Go look up Glory to Gold, and then see how I put it out like 3 years ago, and he put it out like a year ago. Directly copied me. Like, that's just one example. And then go look up all the horrible troops he calls good, and waste your time, waste your money, waste your keys. Waste of time. He never takes them down. He never makes it private. It's always like, oh my god, this troop's the best. View farming. How is every single troop the best troop in the game? It doesn't make sense. I might be a little bit too far on the other side of the fence, but that's safer. If I tell you something sucks, you can still get it 2 days later. If something does suck and you get it, you can't not go. You can not undo it. So saying everything is awesome is the worst. It's horrible. You can't undo it. Now you're spending all your resources on everything all the time. Because everything's awesome all the time. How's that possible? Go look at the collection. Go look at your collection and see how many troops you actually use. And then break it down, like, by percentage. Use, like, 10% of the troops. So how come when 10 troops come out, 10 out of 10 are amazing and awesome and the best thing ever? How's that possible? It should be 1. And then they never take it down. They waste your resources, waste your keys, waste your time. And everybody's watching it. It's weird. I don't understand. I thought everybody was smarter than that. Alright, we'll see ya. Next stream is tomorrow. We got, what is tomorrow? Vault event, stupid. Idiot. I'm too busy crapping on somebody that sucks. Tomorrow is Vault event, so that's why we did all the Vault preparation. You should be done with everything tonight. Today could be a busy day for you, because you might be finishing everything up. Mark, Anita, Chad, Yoke. That's why I never want to know if you watch that person. Just don't tell me, because I won't go looking. I'm never looking. Just don't tell me, please. Don't tell me. I'll feel a different type of way about you, unfortunately. And it's unfortunate, I know. Just don't tell me, okay? If you watch them, don't tell me. Because I'll feel a different type of way about you, and I don't want to. You know? Just don't tell me, please. Dervicious, Sana, Dragor, Ivy, Mark, Neophyte, Mr. Extreme. Sana, thanks again. You're the best. You're a legend. Anita, you too. Girl Power, Chad, and Mark said, I want to get on a train. I would love to get on a train with a bunch of girls. Chad and Mark are right there with them, you know. They're like, hell yeah, let's go, baby. I'm not going to be here at the sausage party. Why would I stay here at the sausage party? I'm going to go on the train with all the ladies. Mark and Chad are doing it, baby. Not doing it, but you know what I'm saying. Rain Man was here, Efley was here, Misty was here, Mark, Dragor, Tyrion. Did I miss anybody? Livewire. I was busy saying stuff I shouldn't say, probably. Yoke the Ham. And yeah. So the fan funding, keeping the doors open and the lights on, they're asking that question because as long as you guys keep doing that, I'm going to keep going. So when are you going to stop supporting Sinnycool? That's the question. When are you going to stop? That's what they're asking. They're hoping. They're praying. Every night he probably prays on his knees that you guys stop supporting me. I'm never praying on my knees that you guys stop supporting him. I just feel a different type of way about you if I know it, because then I know like you're not the smartest tool in the shed, most likely. But I don't know. Like I don't know. So I didn't say that about anybody. So, sometimes it takes you a while to figure it out. Like you gotta watch everything and figure it out. Like you figure it out for yourself eventually. Like you can't blame somebody that it's only been a month or two and they haven't figured it out yet. That's why I'm out here telling you. That's why you know. And when have I ever lied to you? Sana ran out there, cape of flowing, sword of shining. Mark said, it's time to get on that train, baby. Chad said, me too, I'm sliding over the hood. Sana powered up, did the splits between the seats. And, what do we got? We definitely started it. And we probably played the music. So we were watching the Ares tour on TV. We got the PPV. We were pumping our fist. Watching the tour on TV. We have a big screen on the train now. Watching it, pumping our fists, dancing. It was amazing. You know, we probably did the zoo tour too. We got out of there a little bit. The zoo tour with the Ares tour. Tour and tour. That's what we did. We tore it up. Today. Time to shut up before Karen gets all upset. I know. I should always hold my tongue. You guys saw somebody had to ask first. I wasn't like immediately all of a sudden. Livewire says, I'm lurking. Utility company showed up out of the blue to change my gas meter and check the appliances. I wouldn't let them in if I were you. I'd be like, nobody told me you were coming. I don't know who the heck you are, so. Unless you know ahead of, like you already knew, like, hey, my stuff's messed up. Dr. Mob caught up. Yeah, there's Karens out there. That'd be the other side. You got a guy with his sock off hanging out the window, then you got a Karen in the driver's seat. Alright, I'm out of here. You guys are the best. Like, share, subscribe, start joining. Helps a lot. Take it about channel down below. And I'll see y'all next time. Thank you for continuing to support Sinnycool. Don't let them. They're trying, but they keep failing. They're failures. They're failing. They're such failures. So, we'll still be here. Suck it. Alright, you guys are the best. Have a great day. Peace out. Good luck. I hope your day goes awesome.